Oh, guys, I am so sorry about that. I apologize. I deleted the video again. So let's go over it again. We'll start from scratch now. 7 minutes late. Sorry about that. Again, welcome back again to our Instagram live video. Totally deleted it, but if I answered your question, great. We'll go ahead and get started again. Sorry. Duh. So sorry. I was trying to get back in. Tesla, like long term. I own the stock. I guess answering some questions here and there. I had a question regarding losses. It's all about, guys, perspective. You always think that when you're down, you're never going to come back, and when you're killing it, you're never going to fall. That's just the reality of things. Thoughts on the oil market? I own some CVX and I own some Exxon, and I think we're going to bounce. So again, those are the only two oil stocks I want to own long term, and I have in my portfolio. So, which analysis do you do for daily positions? You want to take a look. At breakouts and breakdowns. We gotta watch out for reversals. It's just a very choppy market at the end of the day. You just really got to be careful. Can you show us how to document trades in journal? I have a spreadsheet. If you want to email us, G.A.R Capital at Gmail, I'll be more than happy to send you a spreadsheet, a blank one on Excel, and you can just type up everything there. Thoughts on Lululemon? I own it long term, and I want to own it. I think they do great. Thoughts on I can see road recession. Do you think we reached the bottom? No, I don't think we reached the bottom. But I mean, kind of a sell-off here. I thought the worst was over, but it's really not. Again, we got to see if we get a continuation. Market sucks right now. Ran over. Right. I hear that, man. I hear that. Your favorite indicators, understand if you don't want to share. No, of course I would share. My favorite indicators, honestly, the 200-day and the 100-day. I also like Fibonacci retracements, but I really just don't want a ton of lines on the screen. So the more dip to come, you want to take a look at a couple key levels on E-mini futures, which is 27.86. And then after that, I know I always talk E-mini futures. I know. I'm going to go ahead and expand my chart, and you can see it. So let's go ahead and bring up a daily chart, and you can see what I'm looking at. So a couple of levels here. Let me switch this here, and you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so E-mini futures right there, 27.86 is that next level support. The next one is 26.42. If we break 26.42, 24.36 is the next level. We're literally at, guys, keep in mind, we're literally at 50% retracement on E-mini futures. We're really right in the middle of the highs of February and the lows of March. So if you went by 52 weeks currently concurrent, we're basically at break even on the S&P, even with all this movement. The NASDAQ is slightly green, I think, if anything, break even, but for the year, if anything, probably red. But I mean, just a ton of volatility. That's just the reality of things. Have you been watching GE for potential trades? GE, be careful. I've definitely taken a hit on trading it years ago. But again, I just stay away because that volume totally just fakes you out. So be careful. But it continues to go down. Thoughts on COVID testing companies? If you want to take a look at these vaccine companies, I did add a position today on IBB, which is a biotech ETF. So instead of just picking and choosing which of the vaccine companies or the biotech companies are going to make the vaccine or start doing clinical trials on antibodies, just buy the IBB. It did break out in the 5-year and the 10-year. Take a look at that. The 5-year and the 3-year, excuse me. That's the way to go. So Nike, yeah, I own Nike long term as well, and I would add a position. What platform do I trade in? That is TD Ameritrade. That's the platform I trade on. So yeah, I mean, you can't really say that, we're gonna fall right now. Oh, we're gonna fall to 2,300. I really don't think we're gonna hit 2,300. I do believe that the worst is over in that regard. But again, guys, you have ups and downs. This isn't the reality of it. Stock markets don't go straight up. And you still have the big cap tech that is definitely leading the way. That's almost like your safety trade if you think about it. Like Microsoft, your Apples, your Amazons, those names. Those are kind of the safety trades because they are profitable. There's a lot of unknowns out there, so you kind of have to be careful. I would probably throw in NVIDIA and AMD into that as a safety name. I know they're volatile, but at the end of the day, those are the ones that are still making profit. They're still making the technology for automated cars, AI, video game systems like AMD makes it for PlayStation and Xbox, a new generation. These are the stay-at-home economy now. We're kind of looking at the stay-at-home economy here. So that's where we're at currently. A couple of things here I'm looking at. Dow futures are up 104. It looks like a kind of not a relief rally, but just like kind of a short covering. I don't think that we bounce back heavily at all. 2820 is a level I was looking at S&P, but if you really want to kind of look at in regards to trends, around 2830, and the last time we actually had a fall on that, it was that support level that broke. So just keep in mind on that. So let's see here. No, I don't know. Damn it, mean D, right? Hi, what is the future? Green pies, Jesus. Let's see, thoughts on NAT, Nordic Tank. Anything oil tank related, I would stay away. The only oil company I would want to own is two. CVX because of the dividend, and Exxon because of their width and their breadth in the company. And the only thing they did miss again was kind of the oil fracking, sands fracking. But again, I still like them, and their CEO has said that their dividend is safe. PayPal is a great company long term. Ironman's a great company long term. The only thing, remember, they do paper shredding, a lot of office stuff. So kind of something like that, utility in a sense. I would say waste management probably a good idea. We're getting killed on APL REIT. Yeah, real estate investment trust. If it's a commercial real estate investment trust, be very, very careful. Kirkland Gold, I don't know much about them. The only gold stock I own that's kind of like paper gold is Gold Mining, which is Barrick Gold, GOLD. That's the one I own. Airlines are suffering, therefore BA will suffer. That's true, but BA also has defense, guys. Keep in mind, so that kind of helps them. They just won a U.S. Navy contract as well. But if you want something in regards to defense, I only recommend Lockheed Martin and L2 Technologies. L3 Harris is what it's called. Please look at NAT. Give us some thoughts increasing dividends on Monday in this market. I don't know what NAT is. I'd have to take a look. Let me see if I can bring it up. NAT. NAT is North American Tankers. You said that they're increasing their dividend, but they're a sub $5 company. They're considered a penny stock. Just be very careful, guys. Be super careful on these kind of names. I know when they say dividend and stuff that you just want to kind of go to like moths in a flame. Just be careful. So United Airlines, the only two airlines I talked about this with our students, and I also had my VP1 on talking about it, was that you want to take a look and think about which airlines. Let's say you're a consumer, you want to fly. What's more likely going to happen for you? What's more likely you're going to do? Are you going to fly international or are you going to fly domestic? Probably more likely you're going to fly domestic. So let's find an airline that flies domestic mostly. The one I thought of was Southwest Airlines. Now let's think about which airline has the best balance sheet and kind of like, in a sense, investment grade credit. That'd be Delta. So I own Delta, but I don't own Southwest. The only exposure to the airlines I have, honestly, is Delta Airlines. So again, just kind of think of it that way. Kind of think of it as a consumer. What would you do? Is dividend reinvesting strategy dead now? Absolutely not. I actually reinvest all my dividends. If you're picking a dividend stock, take a look at dividend safety score, understand recession proof they were true. That's very true. A lot of companies have canceled their dividend. You want to keep you want companies that have a long track record of paying dividends, like Coca-Cola, AT&T, what we call dividend aristocrats. That's a good way to start. Wells, are you talking about Wells Fargo? Anything DRP is more attractive now. I agree. I like dividend reinvesting in dividends. Beyond Meat, what are your thoughts? Beyond Meat is, with this meat stuff going on, meat shortage, Beyond Meat is very attractive. The valuation is very high. So again, it's very volatile. I don't own it, but if you want to take a look at some calls, take a look at it. Shop is bearish. No, I'm actually bullish on Shop. I don't own Shop yet. Let's see if we can get a little more of a fall. Maybe we can add a position on it. Wells Fargo has been outperforming very badly. So please stay away from Wells Fargo. If you have to buy a bank, gun to your head. There's only two I'd recommend. It's Goldman Sachs and it's JP Morgan. Thoughts on Uber? I own Uber long term. Yeah, Shop has crazy valuation, true, because they're a growth company and they're one of those tech companies. What do I think about negative rates? Oh, I mean, it didn't help Europe. It didn't help China. I can't say that I'm for it, but I mean, it's really just pricing the market now. If it's going to happen in 2022, looks like Japanification is coming, but that's the reality of things, guys. That's the reality of things. Hey, you're welcome. Big Pharma, Pfizer. I own Pfizer, and I just added some IBB. So take a look at IBB, guys, which is the biotech ETF. Again, it has Moderna, it has Gilead. So again, it's then picking and choosing which one you think is going to be the strong suit or the winner going with the COVID vaccine. Just get IBB and then sit back and just collect a dividend or wait for the growth. It's a breakout in the 5-year and the 3-year. Looks very good. July call options on Roku and V. I would be very careful on long-term options. Again, it's just better off just doing consistent movement. Weeklies or next week is the way to go. Why do you prefer Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, and other banks? Just really the balance sheet and the management. I trust their management a lot more than the other ones, to be honest with you. What do you think about Space? I own Space long term. Can input on Simon Property Group. Simon Property Group, again, their management is saying that things are going to bounce back. If you had to pick a commercial real estate company with some kind of backing, it'd probably be SPG only. Thoughts on quantitative easing? I talked about that on the podcast. It's just the reality, the new normal for the Fed. They're going to keep doing that forever in a sense. It looks like we can't get back to me. Thoughts on Branson selling some space? Looks like he just had a liquidity problem. Remember these billionaires, guys? They don't have billions in the bank. A lot of it's equity in their company. So what they have to do is, in order to raise some cash for whatever reason, solvency issues or big purchases, Jeff Bezos does this all the time. Mark Zuckerberg sells his stocks all the time, and this is what happens. Thoughts on NVAX? Let's take a look at that. NVAX. NVAX is Novax. I don't know much about it, but I see a nice soar on it. So I'd have to get back to you on that one. I have to look at it. Disney thoughts. Disney I own long term as well. Pretty much down on it. But again, you're betting on the fact that we're going to reopen this year, maybe next year. So Disney, I like it. Long term. We love MCD. Not super attractive in the current value, but anything below 165 with buyers. Absolutely. I own McDonald's as well. I do like the dividend. American Express, guys, keep in mind, that's a lot of shopping. That's where you need people to shop. And their big thing is business travel. And I know because I have an Amex. A lot of people are not traveling, so that really hurts American Express. So I would not be buying here. Raytheon, I just sold my position and I bought Lockheed Martin instead. That United Health merger didn't really help things. G.A.R Capital Estate, no. How about we bounce back first so we can talk about an IPO, if that. Disney, I have it until next year, okay? Thoughts on BABA? I like BABA long term. I do own it. But to trade it, I mean, right now it's a really tough tape, guys. Just be careful. What do you think about Mexican pesos? Man. Keep it, stick to dollars. Cheapest stock that is still worth buying. Depends on what you call cheap. Cheap based on sticker price or cheap based on valuation. Thoughts on Waste Management? I like it long term and I don't own it. Do you like gold? Yes, I do. I own gold. Thoughts on Amazon? God, Amazon's great, just very, very expensive. So again, you have to go ahead and, just own it. Just own it. Thoughts on AMC? If you're talking about the theater, no, stay away from that. Crypto, I own only Bitcoin long term. That's the only thing I own in regards to crypto. That's just part of my portfolio. Cheap based on valuation, really cheap valuation, but I wouldn't buy it is Micron. Their PE is very, very low. If you want to look at cheap valuation long term, I would say Intel. Intel is very attractive, but again, you're not going to get growth there. That's the only issue. What's the best way to invest in gold? Well, you can always go to appmex.com and actually get physical gold coins. If you get the paper GLD, I don't recommend it. The only one would probably be the actual, gold miners, like Barrick Gold, which I own. Thoughts on, thank you, Tesla to the moon. Tesla, yes, I own Tesla. Microsoft to the moon. Microsoft's an amazing company. Cloud is going to be more pushed and sought after than ever before as people work from home. So again, Microsoft, Oracle, Salesforce.com, Google, and Amazon are you guys. Recommend hotel stocks? I don't. You look younger? No, I look tired. Microsoft to the moon. FANG. When you say FANG, are you talking about the FANG stocks or FANG the stock? Activision Blizzard, I did not buy shares in it, but I did buy the ETF ESPO. I bought that, which includes Activision Blizzard. So it gives me the gaming kind of sector long term, thinking about the stay-at-home economy. TJX, I think TJX is one of those retailers that are going to benefit for people going to go shopping on a discount. Since you see like a Macy's kind of going out of business, we're not going out of business, but they're going to be losing customers. All that excess inventory is going to go to a TJX, like a Ross, but I can't recommend them right now. Really the only retailers I like, Costco, Home Depot, Target, Walmart, Amazon, those guys. Relatable, right? Favorite Warzone drop location? It doesn't matter. I suck at Warzone, guys. I'm sorry. The only thing I play is Plunder, to be honest with you. SPX right now, short term, is not bullish, but long term, to me, it is. And I still will buy stocks. And I own long term. I think we saw with Lunken Coffee, guys, the issue with Chinese companies without really verification. Stay away from an IO. Nike or Lulu, gun to my head. Lulu for growth, Nike for stability. Thoughts on Logitech? I think they were on Kramer last night. I have to take a look at what the interview said, but I don't own Logitech. They're just a computer peripherals company. For that, just buy Apple. Any good REITs? I don't buy REITs. The only thing I buy on REITs is Fundrise. Fundrise app. You can take a look at it. It's crowdfunding real estate. I put $500 a month in it. I like it. When do you think we'll have another crash? I don't know if we're gonna have a crash. Now define your crash. You could say this was a crash if you want to say. What is a crash to you? I don't know what AIM stocks is. Qualcomm chips, the only ones I really like, guys, is AMD and NVIDIA. And if you want the valuation wise and cheap wise, is gonna be Intel. BTC or gold? Ooh, that's tough. I would say Bitcoin. I'm gonna go with Bitcoin. Thoughts on Berkshire? I don't own it. And honestly, after that Warren Buffett last convention or thing that he had, I actually became less of a fan there. I'm not a fan of it. Airlines, no, stay away. The only two I said that maybe you want to take a look at is Delta and Southwest. Spider, slow fall to the end of the year, no big sudden falls. Again, you're always going to get movement, guys, at the end of the day. It's not like it's just a straight shot. So you're going to have to kind of keep it in perspective. Anything like March, no, I think that the worst is over. Boeing long term, God, you really need a lot of patience on Boeing. And I've said it before, 135 break, then I can start taking a look at it. Do I like Wells Fargo? Absolutely not. And if you want SPY, I'd rather just buy SPY-G. It's a little cheaper from the sticker price. Just a heads up. And I own SPY-G. All right, guys, we're going to leave it there. I don't want to take too much of your time. Thank you so much for joining me today so I can actually save this video for you. And we'll leave it at that. Thank you so much again. Have a great rest of your Wednesday. I'll join you tomorrow morning for a morning note. I look forward to answering your questions. Make sure 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube. I'll do it tomorrow with you guys and Friday. As always, looking forward to answering your questions and talking the market where I can show my screen. And then we'll do a podcast this weekend. I'll go and ask you what subjects you want to talk about, and we'll go from there. Have a great one, guys. Thank you so much again. Appreciate you. Again, namaste. Have a good one, guys.